my family, pulpit guests, fellow members and friends, good evening. If you will, I need every able-bodied that can stand, please stand. Turn to your Bibles, 1 Peter, 2nd chapter, and I'll be reading from the 6th through the 10th verse. If you have it, say, you still let it say that on me. I got you. 1 Peter 2 and 1 Peter 2nd chapter, 6th verse through the 10th verse. My Bible might read a little differently. I'm reading from the English Standard Version. Verse 6 says, Behold, I am laying in Zion a stone, a cornerstone, chosen and precious, and whoever believes in him will not be put to shame. So the honor is for you who believe, but for those who do not believe, the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Verse 8, and the stone of stumbling and a rock of defense. They stumbled because they disobeyed the word, as they were destined to do. Focal verse will be verse 9. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people of his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into the marvelous light. Verse 10, once you were not a people, but now you are God's people. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have mercy. The flowers fade, the grass will and the flowers fade, the word of God will stand forever. For a few moments while I have your attention, if I could, I would like to talk about being picked out of the crowd. My brothers and sisters, saints and sinners, in the late 90s, 1999 to be exact, there was a movie that hit the scene titled The Matrix. Yeah. And in this movie, there was two main characters. You had Neo and you had Morpheus. Every time Neo would come in contact with Morpheus, he would always tell him that, Neo, you are the chosen one. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Neo didn't understand what he was talking about at that point in time. Maybe it was simply Neo being who he was. Maybe it was the way that Neo stood out and stood up and stood out in the face of danger. Or maybe it was simply something that was in his DNA. But in order for Neo to actually understand what Morpheus was talking about, he had to give up something that was way more precious than his own life. At the end of this movie, there was a title, there was a saying that said, to be continued. We all know whenever something is to be continued, there is more to come. Even in today in our lives, when we want God to do something for us, we must be willing to give up, let go, and release of some things, if not some people, in order for God to do what it is that we want God to do in our lives. And some of you might be wondering why God is blessing everybody around you and not blessing you. Come on now. It's simple. You're holding on to something that God been told you to release. All right. And the best advice that I can give you today is you better catch it while he's blessing in your baby. All right. For the record, I know y'all are looking at me like, is this really school up here? It is. My lifeline goes something like this. My mother birthed me. My granny raised me. I gained my wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from a man by the name of Mr. Jr. But God brought me. So when my mother birthed me out of her womb, I gave my grandmother back to Jesus. Mr. Joe showed me the way. God paid it all when he brought his son down on the hill called Calvary. And when I decided to make Jesus my choice, he picked me out of the crowd and he continued to write my story. And if we're going to be God's chosen people, I believe there's a couple of things that we need to do. Sorry if I'm not long-winded for you. Come on. Get it in and get it out. Come on. But the first thing that we need to learn how to do is dare to be different. Amen. The text says, but you are a chosen race. But is what makes you different from others. And in order to understand who you are and what you are different from, let's backtrack to verse 7. The text says, so it's the honor for you who believe, but for those who do not believe, the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. And in no shape, form, or fashion am I an English professor. All the time I don't speak English correctly.
That's okay, bro.
But we all know that but is a conjunction.
That's right. That's right.
Whenever you insert a but into a sentence, that means that there's more to come behind the sentence.
Yes, all right.
But when God puts a but in your life,
All right.
there's more to come.
Yes.
Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that he's still writing the story.
He's still writing the story.
I would rather have the but favor of God
Yes, sir.
than your opinion of my people.
All right, yes.
Come on now.
Because one thing I've learned about opinions is that they change, they go, and they
Yes,
come.
sir.
But when you obtain the favor of God,
Oh, man.
that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
And I thought that this was just going to be a youth program. But when I got the program, I saw that it was also a Black History program.
All right.
So my second point, I believe will fit in very well. If we're going to be a chosen race of God's people, the second thing we must do is understand our heritage and recognize what's in our DNA.
All right.
We're still in verse 9. Verse 9 says, but you are a chosen race. Here it is. A royal priesthood, a holy nation of his own possession. So check this. God made man, put man to sleep. He split him open, took a rib and made woman. And in doing so, he made both woman and man in his own image. So this means that we possess the same characteristics as God. Don't get it confused. We're not God.
Yeah, all right.
We
Yes.
just possess the same characteristics.
All
as God.
right. Yes.
And one thing that I've come to learn about us Christian folks is that on Sunday morning, we can be saved,
Oh,
sanctified,
man.
and filled with whatever we want to be filled with, but have the audacity to tell these kids who they are, and we don't even know who we are ourselves. So just in case you haven't gotten it yet, the Bible declares in Genesis 1:27 that God created us both male and female in his own image. And if that isn't good enough for you, let's fast forward to Psalms 139 and verse 14. And there you will find that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, for my soul knows it very well. So in other words, know who you are and whose you are. And if you don't believe that you're picked out of the crowd, there's one person in particular that I would like to call on.
All right.
There was a boy by the name of David. He had 7 older brothers.
That's right.
The Lord had sent a prophet by the name of Samuel to Jesse's house because the Lord had already picked out
That's right.
a new king.
That's right.
The story is somewhat bittersweet for the simple fact that David's own father counted him out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But when David's father counted him out, God counted him in. Everything that God wanted in a king was possessed in David.
That's right.
And the lesson I need for you to learn from this story is even when your own family don't see it in you, God will pull it out of you. There was a lot of times growing up that I knew I was hanging with wrong people, doing things that I had no business doing.
All right.
But God still allowed me to go forth
That's right.
and by him picking me out of the crowd amongst the few,
Yeah.
hopefully something that I can do can reach people that I used to hang with.
That's right. That's right.
And I told y'all one
Come on,
thing.
brother. Come on, brother.
So, in saying so, Limestone has been fun. And I greatly appreciate the opportunity. But before I get out of here, I came to let you know that Jesus was also picked out of the 2.
Yes, sir.
But they didn't exactly know what it was that they were doing.
Yeah.
When they picked him out of the 2, they marched him up a hill called Calvary. They placed him on a cross for our souls wouldn't be lost. They put nails in his hand and ribbons in his feet. And he died. But the story doesn't end there. Because on that 3rd day morning, he turned the page. And he continued to write the story. And the only reason that I'm standing here amongst you all on this day is because God is still writing my story. I pray that something was said here on this morning that would help each and every one of us. And to my kids, my babies, never let anybody tell you that you can't be what you want.
That's right.
You all just read off a Black History program with a lot of people that did a lot of great things.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure that if my grandmother was still living, I have a living grandmother. I have two living grandmothers on my mother's side, on my father's side, and also on my wife's side. And I'm pretty sure that they could actually contest to the fact of seeing a first black president was something that they probably thought that they would never see. So never let anybody tell you that you can't do nothing.
All right.
For the simple fact that we have had a first black president.
Yeah.
I pray that God bless you. I pray that God keep you as my prayer. Thank you.
Amen.